Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes.
I'm a grown-ass man. See, I'm a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man. Hey, everybody. King Dingbat here. I'm in my garage with a cigar. It's only a candy cigar because my wife won't let me smoke one after I put that big fat head up in our bedroom. Let's get rid of that. At this point, I'd be happy for Dak to be playing for somebody else. And my team stinks. I agree. Stinks.
They laugh about us. We're a disgrace. We suck.
I am now Philly 500's bitch.
Dallas still stinks. You by the way, King Bang back here, and hope everybody's hanging in there. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for being here on this post-Battle Royale Wednesday. What is going on, everybody? Let's see who we got in the house. Canadian Joe Bird, what's up? Philly John, Gucci, EJB, Jedi Master, what's happening? Donnie the Johnson, what's up? Rock the Art Test, A Warrior Rage, Pat Ryan, Lucius, As Like Sports, E-Money, Matthew, thank you guys for being here. Jerry, thank you. Drummer Jones, House Cat, good to see you guys. Carlos, J. Tyler, Mayday, what's up? Filioso, Big Mob, James, thank you all for being here. And I don't know if you were able to go check out Battle Royale, but same old, you know what I mean? It's 2 against 1. Double moonwalking, both dances. We do what we gotta do. You know what I mean? 500, what's up? Go Birds is right. And the question really today is, like, I know they got the whole Jalen Hurts stuff going on, and I know we got stuff now on the owner's son going to take over at some point down the road. But I think the most interesting thing to talk about, and kind of what I want to talk about a little bit to start, is this, because this looks like this is heating up, and this looks like that this could be a possibility for the Eagles. According to Raiders Insider, Eagles have enormous interest in trading for defensive end Maxx Crosby. He called the Eagles' interest, quote, nuclear hot. Nuclear hot. That's pretty damn good. Pound Eagles view Hondo Carpenter. The Eagles' interest, nuclear hot. I could see this because with the Rams going out and getting Myles Garrett, I think you want to match. I think you want to try to match if you can. The question is like, what would you give up? I think you got those 2 first-round picks in 2028. I think Nolan Smith is another asset. And if you could get Maxx Crosby in, then bring back maybe Brandon Graham as a rotational guy, man, your defense would be stacked. And you would have to consider yourself probably the favorites to win definitely division one of the guys in the conference. Rogue, thank you for the super chat. First of the day, man. Thank you so much. Philly 500, 30-30 for St. Jude's Hospital. Eagles are below the Commanders. We need to donate if we can. I did, 6969. Tom Grossly fan event June 19th on Rocky Steps at 4 p.m. We need to make event big. Okay, yeah, well, thanks for letting me know. I just saw your thing yesterday about it. I'll try to figure out how I could help promote that. But we definitely need to promote it. No question about it. And I really appreciate the super chat. And we will definitely do what we can for sure. And thank you so much. Jerry says, Jalen Hurts 26-27 revenge tour loading, Eagles Super Bowl champions. I'm with you, man. Yeah, I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a big year. And I think he's going to shut a lot of people up. I mean, we'll see, you know. I just thought it was so crazy today on Cilio's channel talking about he doesn't throw over the middle, but then when we look at when he does, for his numbers to be as good as they are, and then to say that doesn't seem to matter, I don't know where you go if you really think that, you know. Real Recognized Gaming says, "Oh, what good 500? God bless you. Go, you my G. Go, man. Shout out to you, man. Right back at you, my man. Thank you so much. Drummer Joe's said, David Super Chat, did you piss Mark off? I think I piss Mark off all the time. I think I got him a little bit. I think I got him a little rowdy up. You know, he's really in a delusional state of affairs. The dude made a defensive coordinator shirt for a guy that's never done anything. And he sits back and he looks at it and he goes, well, the Eagles have all this drama, but us Cowboys don't, so therefore we're in a good position. What he doesn't understand is the drama that is coming out now is from 2 years ago when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Right now, we're good to go. You know? Drummer Jones says, I'm so sick of the bullshit for the media about Hurts. Man, if it's not AJ, they got to go after Hurts. It just feels like to me, like anytime the Eagles are set up for like sustained success, maybe you could, go to multiple Super Bowls and stuff. It always seems like then we get all these internal things start coming out. And it's like, they got AJ gone. Now let's start in on Jalen. It's just frustrating. It is. Logan Motorsports says, hey, Philly 500, we appreciate you put up with Sil's crap and Mark's crap. Salute. Thank you, my man. And listen, if I didn't do it, who would? Somebody's got to go on there and defend Hurts and the Eagles. Not just Hurts, but the Eagles. And keep it real. NFC East 3P is most definitely on the way. Oh, I agree. I think the Giants may be better than the Cowboys this year. I think the Cowboys are totally getting, like, I don't understand when people are looking at them going, yeah, they got so much better. Like, I think they got slightly better. I think they got a better defensive coordinator. I think, everything else is to me, not that great. I mean, they lost Jadeveon Clowney. Is Rashawn Gary that much better than Clowney? I don't know. Media needs to find their target for the season. This time it's Hurts. It's like every year it's Hurts, James says 500. If the Raiders are smart, they want DeJean in return no matter what. Well, yeah, they could ask, but the Eagles would never do that. They're not going to get I don't think they're going to get a player. The only guy I can think of is Nolan Smith. Because I think that Nolan Smith becomes the expendable piece. I don't see in any way the Eagles giving up Cooper DeJean. Drummer Jones says, I can't wait to see the Cowboys decline this year and watch Mark wallow in sadness. Agreed. He's kicking your post? What do you mean? Explain. Rogue Day with Super Chat, my man. That's the link. Yeah, so that's the link to it. I will post that in my description later. And thank you for that Super Chat. Love and Life in Alaska says, with a monster draft in 2027 coming up, it's irresponsible to blow all your picks on a 30-year-old super expensive edge rusher, especially with all the defensive players coming up for extensions. No, I get what you're saying, but I wasn't even thinking about 2027. I was thinking about that extra 2028. Like maybe you give Nolan Smith up and a 2028 pick. I mean, why do we have to get a 2028 return for A.J. Brown? But we can't give one away. Well, if we don't have to, if the Patriots didn't have to give a 2027 pickup, why should we? So I'm saying use a 2028 extra pick. The thing is how many years do you think you could get out of Crosby? I think he's got a good 3 to 4 years left, barring there's a real injury concern. And if I could get 3 or 4 years out of him, yeah, I would take a chance. Don't the Cowboys players get locked up? Yeah, usually between like the last mini camp and start of training camp. So we're right in the Cowboys stuff. Mark says, "Oh, no Cowboys drama." Cowboys drama usually starts around training camp. So we'll see. Very good. Thank you, Nobi. Thank you. I seriously never seen any other quarterback in the league get the media attention and questioning of his abilities more than Hurts. No other quarterback gets talked about as much. Yeah, I agree. I've never seen it with a guy like Jalen Hurts. Like, to me, if you listen to Jalen Hurts talk, he's nothing but a class act. Good guy, he's the kind of guy that you would love your daughter to date a guy like that. Like, he's a good guy like that. and class act, wins on the field, does everything you could possibly ask for him, and yet they go after him. I've never seen anything like it. You know, I'm so sick. I'm sick of it too, man. I don't even listen to WIP. You know, I don't. Clark, my man, celebrates 54 months of membership. This one showed up. He says, Maxx Crosby, Grenard with Jalen Carter, Big Davis in the middle. Come on. Yeah, the secondary is pretty much locked down. Best overall defense incoming, better than 24 goals. I think that if you added Crosby, I think it would be better. Yeah, because I think the defense is going to be really, really good this year. Right? I think you got to worry about the safety spot. I really like what we're seeing with Reek Woolen. So I like the secondary. Besides that safety spot, you got to worry. And then I think really the other worry is probably like, is Jahad Campbell ready to take the next step? And that's the question. Jerry, thank you for the super chat. The players are really embracing Mannion's offense. They are. They are. And everything Hurts has said about it has been glowing. But see, I think people don't listen to what Hurts says during the year. Like, people forget when Hurts says, yeah, I want to throw over the middle more. Yeah, I want to do more short passes. Yeah, I don't mind any of that. I think people don't believe him for some reason, and I don't get it. Bird Gang says, what up, Philly? I'm so tired of the trade Hurts nonsense. Let's effing go. Me too, man. The way I see it, though, is go ahead, keep talking, because every time, like, they trash Hurts, he always responds by winning. So maybe we're setting up for a big win, you know? I hope. Scott, what's going on, man? He goes, hey, 500, been a while, man. Hope you and your family are well. Jalen Hurts looks like a boulder is off his shoulders. Yeah, you might be right. I never seen him smile as much during all season, actually, ever. Yeah, no, you're right. I kind of agree with you. You know, he seemed to be smiling a lot. And the things he said about the offensive coordinator were night and day different than what you heard with Patullo. Hulk Mercenary celebrates 61 months of membership. Thank you so much. Which Eagle would you bring back in his prime? Reggie White. I mean, think about it. I'd bring back Reggie. Reggie White. In his prime? Yeah. I mean, Reggie's like, you know, top 10 NFL player of all time. Definitely top 10 defensive player of all time, you know? Tribe Called Quest, shout out to you. Shout out Tribe Called Quest. You're awesome. Shout out to you, Philly 500. Keep kicking Mark in the nuts and taking him to drinking. Love your show, buddy. Thank you, Tribe Called Quest. Shout out to you. I know you're always on the bird section. I see you over there. Shout out to you. Shout out to the bird section. And thank you, Tribe Called Quest, for the generous donation, my man. I appreciate it. What is it, kitty? Come on. Cat's climbing my leg. And thank you again, Tribe Called Quest. Great group, by the way. Donnie, Sub King Demon, what's going on, my man? How are you? Philly Nation 9225, thank you for the super chat. F the median, F AJ Brown. Hurts is the real number one. I agree. What do you guys think about? I don't see them talking about the AJ Brown, like his like thank you goodbye to the Philly fans. Did any of you guys really like read that? That sounded so disingenuous to me. Like it just didn't sound right. You know, it was really bizarre. When Dak poops the bed, this upset. We'll see. You know, I'm saying Mark's little brother who gets beat on. Who's that? Crosby definitely got 3 in the tank. I think so too, man. I'm sorry, 500 Max is not worth any first to me because of age. Got to get 4 years for first. Fair enough. I can see that point of view. I definitely can. Garrett, you definitely would have gotten it. If you feel like you can't get 4 years out of Crosby, I totally get it. I think you could get 4 years out of him, unless the knees are real concern. But I mean, I would risk it. I would risk it because I think that the upside's too compelling. Like if if you get Maxx Crosby and he's instantly a double-digit sack guy on that team, I just think that defense becomes so damn good. I would risk it. Would I risk it for 2 firsts? Hell no. Sylvan the Great says, I'd give up Nolan Smith first in 2028, 2027, third, and 2029. Okay. Well, you give up a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. See, I was thinking first in 2028, the Patriots first, or yours, either one, whichever you think is going to be, worse. And then Nolan Smith. I would do something like that. Nolan Smith, I hope he surprises us, though. Like, I hope Nolan Smith could be the ultimate, he could be the ultimate wild card for us defensively. Like, if Nolan Smith goes out and plays like he did in the playoffs a few years ago, and is healthy and has a breakout year, this defense is going to be insane. I think the Eagles are one elite pass rusher away from having the best defensive football and it not even being close. Like I think an elite pass rusher takes this team to another level, even if they have a hole at safety. Like, one elite pass rusher away. You would think Jalen did these people wiser. So I know it's crazy, Like it's just like I don't get it. Like, you can't say he doesn't win. You can't say anything. And then today on still shows well, he doesn't throw over the middle. Dak threw the middle 500 times and Mahomes 1,500 times. And I said, well, okay, what is his statistics when he does throw over the middle? Oh, 123 quarterback rating and 77 completion percentage. Well, then what does that tell you? It tells you that when he's asked to do it, he can do it. So why do you think he can't? Oh, well, it's not enough of a sample size. What do you mean? That tells you the coaching is not using him right. That's what it tells me. I think that the statistics showed exactly that Jalen Hurts is capable of throwing over the middle. T. Rombo says, I agree fully. I would definitely go for Maxx to complete the defense. Yeah, I would take a chance. Yeah. He makes us. He does, assuming he's healthy, But the question is, do you think Maxx Crosby is worth trading first that could possibly use? It's a risk. Yeah, it's a risk. Because I'm telling you, I'm all about Jeremiah Smith. I don't know how you go about doing it, but you got to have multiple first-round picks, and you could use it. It's a risk. If you get Maxx Crosby of, in his prime, if you get that Maxx Crosby, yeah, it's worth it. At that point, it's worth it. Chris Scott is my brother. What's going on, my man? I'd give the Raiders Nolan Smith and a second and 2 second-round picks, 27, 20. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Would they do it? That's the question. That's the thing with the Raiders, from their perspective, they're saying, we traded him for 2 first-round picks. Now, are we going to take anything less than a first? Maybe. I don't know. Ryan says, AJ got that victim mentality. No matter how good things are, it's never enough praise for him. He's never enough stay or passes to appease him. Borderline diva-driven. Yeah, kind of. I'm really disappointed in the whole AJ Brown thing. It just makes me sad. It does. Nolan can go play with Nakobe Dean. Exactly. I do think the Raiders are going to trade him, though. Because the Raiders, they went out, they traded him, they thought he was gone. They spent a lot of money getting other defensive linemen in there. And I think they're going to trade him. It's just a matter of where he's going to go. And if you guys missed it, we read this earlier. I'll read this again real quick. According to Raiders Insider, Eagles have enormous interest in trading for Maxx Crosby. They called the Eagles' interest nuclear hot. And yeah, if you get him and he's relatively healthy, damn, that defense is scary. You think about the rotation there. Like, you have Grenard, Crosby, you have Jalen Hunt, who I think is a guy up and coming. Do you bring Brandon Graham in for one more year? I don't know what to think of the kid from Atlanta they got. I forget his name, but he could be an interesting character too. Captain Delbert, thank you for the super chat. Howdy, Danny DeVito, dying here in my Amazon van as usual. This heat can go. I think we should keep Nolan. I believe he can turn into Maxx Crosby. He can. I mean, Nolan definitely has the talent. He definitely does, man. He's just gotta. I don't know if it's stay healthy or what, but I really thought after those first 4 years, I thought he was gonna break out. You know, but no, I agree with you. I agree that Nolan can. You know, I would still take a chance though. I mean, I think the Eagles are in that Super Bowl window now, so I would do it if I can. Yeah, but says thanks for you cook them bums again. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. Lazy for said, yep, I've been saying all the time. Yeah. I'd rather save the picks and try to find a trade up for someone like a Dylan Stewart or Colin. It's fair enough. I don't think there's a wrong answer to that. Like, I don't. I think there's more than one way to go about it. David says, yes, 500. We are one legit pass rusher away from being the number 1D again. I think so. Like, I think if you add an elite pass rusher to this defense, I mean, they're good everywhere. You know, okay, you have this one spot at safety, but can you imagine with if you get a Jalen Carter ready to go, which I think you're going to get, a Jordan Davis in shape, those interior linemen. Then when you get Jalen Hunt, you get Grenard, you bring back Brandon Graham for rotational duties. They get the kid from the guy from Buffalo they just brought in, and then you add a Crosby. Jeez, I don't know where you're weak defensively. What are they going to say after Hurts wins second Super Bowl? They're going to say they're going to. I think it's going to be really hard at that point in time. They're going to you're going to have to get a lot of people to eat crow because I mean, what are you going to say? Like they don't do it now, so who knows? But think about this, Chris versus the world. Like how many quarterbacks have? Like you'll hear them say, "Well, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl," and other quarterbacks who were just game managers won Super Bowls. Okay, fine. But how many of those quarterbacks that you consider game managers went to 2 Super Bowls? Who has started in 2 Super Bowls? Who took their team to 2 Super Bowls? No, like once you say that, you eliminate all those other guys that are just game managers, and then it's all Hall of Fame and great quarterbacks. So I think that for that reason alone, they just discount Hurts. Hurts isn't going to throw you 45. Like I don't think he's going to throw you 45 touchdowns and maybe 5,000 yards. But I think Hurts, I think 20, 30 throws a game. He's going to put you in position to win big games. He just is. In theory, we have 3 firsts to mess around with next draft. Yeah, we do. We have next year's and 2 2028s. I don't think they want to give up that 2027. I don't think many teams want to give up those 2027s. I can't listen to Jacob's words except with 5. Well, I appreciate that. Justin Douglas. Oh, these are showing up today. At least some of them are. Justin Douglas celebrates 33 months of membership. Thank you so much for your support, my man. Hey, you've been doing 500 Hertz for President 2040. I like it. Yeah, 2040. If we can make it to 2040 before the aliens come. I'm doing good, though. I'm doing great. Philly also says, AJ was just jealous that Jalen was hanging with TB12 and didn't want to invite him and took Smitty instead. Yeah, you might be right about that. I think they stand firm on a first-round pick for trade talks. Yeah, I'm assuming that the Raiders... I'm assuming that a reasonable, like, somewhere in the middle is going to be probably a first-round pick. But it'd probably be a 2028 first. So maybe you could get rid of 28 first, 2028, not 28. Let me see here. Let me text my kids. Something's at the door. Let's go England. Oh, you talking about soccer? We missed out on Garrett. I think we definitely get Crosby. I think we got a chance. I do. I think the Eagles kind of want to match what the Rams did, Philly Sills gave you proof of Jalen thrown over the middle well, then act like the same proof didn't exist and you answered hi. No, I know. And it was like, he's like, well, you're saying he can do it. I'm saying, no, I'm not saying he can do it. The statistics are telling you. If the guy's got 123 quarterback rating, throwing 77%, okay, why wouldn't the coaches look at that and think he could do it more? That isn't on Jalen Hurts. That to me is on the coaching. I don't care about Jeremiah Smith anymore. He's wearing a Cowboys jersey the other day. Did you? No, I didn't see the video. I don't want to see the video. I won't look at it. Otherwise, I'll feel the same way. Richard says, "What's up, Philly? Good to be here. I'm glad. Great to have you here, my man." So I don't think we need Maxx Crosby. Yeah, I agree, Tiffany. We don't need him. I don't think we need him. But I think if you get him, you just make it. I think you just give yourselves that much more of a chance. If they don't get him, I think they'll be okay. But if they do get him, I think it's lights out. The way New England got handled in the Super Bowl, what the F is AJ going to do? Stop it and get real? No, nothing. Mark, the Jinx Holmes shirt today was ridiculous, dude. I didn't even notice it at the beginning, and then I saw that, and I read it. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe. Like, Sills is killing me for saying that I'm giving Mannion the benefit of the doubt, but the guy's got a shirt on with the defensive coordinator. It's the same thing, but I don't have a shirt on with Mannion. Philly, did you? I started to read the beginning of it, and then I had some things come up, and I had to put it down. So I didn't really read the whole thing, but a little bit of it. I mean, my take on it, no matter what is really said, is that we gotta wait and see. Just because he may have a lot of good things, that he does and knows and stuff, it doesn't mean he's his father. The key to the front office is Howie. Howie's got to stay. If Howie leaves, then we got a problem. John Stanley, he says, "Hey, Philly 500, looking a Cowboys fan, but a realist. Okay, I love you telling Mark Holmes the truth, like today on Dempsey, where they double up on you. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Look, Dallas, I don't know. I mean, Dallas has got a lot to prove. I actually like Christian Parker a lot. I think he's going to be a good coach for them. I do. But the way Mark thinks, I don't get it. But thank you so much. Yeah, the 49ers aren't getting Crosby. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's up with the 49ers. So, Big D, what's going on, man? Rocco, what's up, Rocco? What up, Paisan? What's going on, man? Says if Crosby passes a physical, go get him. Get him, and we're going back to Super Bowl. I agree. You get him, and he's healthy. Forget about it. Come here. I got these little keys running around my feet. We need to pay Carter, Cooper, and Quinn. We can't afford Max. I'd have to look at his cap. Yeah, maybe that's the case. Maybe they don't sign one of those guys. I mean. It just depends. The one thing I don't worry about is the cap. Like, I never worry about the cap and the cap number because I know Howie's going to figure it out. I trust Howie. It's like Stoutland with the offensive line. Usually never worried about it. Howie always figures something out. Nobody wants to play in California. It's a blue state, high taxes and more. Yeah, a lot of taxes here. They're actually. I think they're actually trying to pass a new tax, like an athlete, like specifically going after athletes here. Because I saw something. It was a commercial ad where I guess player unions and stuff were coming against it or something. Where they're trying to charge like a tax fee for being an athlete in California, something to that effect. I don't know what the details are. I just saw it. I would do Nolan Smith 2028 first pick for 2027 second round pick for Crosby. That should be enough to sweeten the deal. Could be. I mean, if you could get Crosby and keep the first round pick, even better. I don't know. I don't know what the Raiders are thinking. $3,500. San Francisco is also in the Crosby running. Who gives the best package wins Crosby services. See, I would say that's interesting if the Niners are involved. Also, watch out for the Cowboys. I mean, to me, if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, they should be in on that like crazy. Like, to me, the Cowboys, they really could change their defense around with a better pass rush. I don't know how much their pass rush is better now. I mean, I'm sure it's better than it was last year, but they did lose Fowler. They did lose Clowney. Clowney had like 8.5 sacks. Does it come back before camp starts with them or what? But if they added an elite pass rusher, then their defense would significantly get better. Pickens is back at Tampa. Pickens is good. No question about it. But the problem with Dallas isn't, look, they always have a decent passing game. That's not their issue. The issue is their defense is not good. And then can their running game, can that hold up? Can they have another year like they did last year with the same running back? Father, interesting question. Would you trade 2027 first and both 2028 first for a top 3 pick in 27 for Jeremiah Smith? Would I trade a 27 first? And yeah, I probably would. If Jeremiah Smith, well, 3 first round picks, I don't know. I'd have to think that one over, Corey Williams. To me, if I believe he's Julio Jones, I might do it because I really like the idea that you get Jeremiah Smith and Lemon on rookie deals. So for the next 4 years, they're both making rookie money, not much money at all. That frees up a lot of space for you for a good 4-year run. But 3 first rounds may be a little steep for me. 2, I can see. 3, it may be a little steep. I missed your my bad, VJ. Let me go back. I didn't see it. Let me see if I can find it. Some of them have been showing up today. Let me see if I just missed it. Let me see. I'm looking. Oh, I found it. Yes, I found it. VJ, thank you so much, man. 57 months membership. I appreciate you so much, my man. What up, Bird Gang? I don't want Crosby. Keep the picks. Fair enough. I like I said, I think there's multiple ways to look at it. I do. For me personally, I just think if you got a healthy Crosby, you're gonna have the best. You're gonna have the best defense. As I'm close. Jeff Stokes says, "How would AJ feel if the Eagles beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl?" Oh, he'd hate it. If the Eagles even win without him, that's gonna be horrible for him. Mav, what's going on, my man? Thank you for super chat. He goes, Jacob Sports is ass. Thank you, Mav. Oh, they're all right. I like them. I like Xander. Shout out to Xander getting married, by the way. They're all right. You don't want to pay Carter because of his shoulders, but we'll pay Max with those knees. Make it make sense. Me? I do want to pay Carter. What do you mean? I would have done. I want the Carter deal done now. What do you mean? I want to pay him. Of course, I want to pay him. I do want to pay Carter. Would you rather get Maxx Crosby or rewatch Ghost Dad? Yeah, I'd rather have Maxx Crosby. No Ghost Dad. I just went and saw Disclosure Day the other day. Jeez. I was disappointed in terms of like storytelling and plot and all that. I was a little disappointed, not gonna lie. I thought I'd get something better. In terms of what they're trying to tell you from the government, I got a lot out of that. You technically only been giving up both 2028 first and using a better 27 for Smith. Yeah, it's true. You're only giving 2 your first round picks away, not 3. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what. I always kind of assume that you only give 3 first round picks up for a quarterback. But I mean, if Jeremiah Smith is as good as we think, like if he's like Julio Jones level, don't you do that? Don't you kind of do it? I mean, you would have 2 guys on rookie contracts, 2 first round picks for 4 years. You could then give Smitty an extension, and for the next 5 years, really, you're gonna be scary on offense. Brother, you guys are dumb as hell. Our 27 pick will be bottom 20, and both 28s will be bottom 20s, barring New England doesn't lose every game. It will absolutely take all three moves. Oh, yeah, you have to give up three. There's no question about it. There's no doubt. What up, Mr. International? Rakeem says, Philly, for us to get Max, I think we'd lose Hunt in the trade to get him, and possibly Nolan Smith in free agency. For some reason, I think Raiders would want Jalen and a first. See, yeah, Jalen is too steep for me. Because I think Jalen is like, I think Jalen is on the, like, if he had 10 sacks this year, it wouldn't surprise me. I think Jalen's Hunt is actually ahead of Nolan. So I would probably be out on that. I probably wouldn't do that. Jalen and a first? No. Nolan, I can say, yeah, I don't see us giving him an extension. But, yeah. Yo, YouTube, stop with ads. What do you mean? The ads in the chat? You're getting ads in the chat? That's weird. I don't know anything about that, Nathan. I don't know what they're doing because I have no control over that. Why give up 3 first-round picks for wide receivers that's going to be questionable in the NFL? Well, I think you have to believe he's not going to be questionable, right? Like, you have to believe that you're drafting a sure, and you never know for sure, but you have to believe that you're getting a surefire guy. That's the only way you do it. I think Jeremiah Smith's going to be a stud, so we'll see. Matt, thank you for super chat. Disclosure date is super ass. It wasn't that good. I was disappointed. I'm thinking like Close Encounters of the Third Kind type thing, something like Steven Spielberg-ish. It didn't feel like it. David, what's going on? Philly, how long is it going to take for Maxx Crosby to get over his entry to be able to trade his injury, be able to trade it, hold up? I think technically they could trade for him now. But the question is are teams scared off by what the Ravens did? I personally think the Ravens were bullshitting. Like, I think the Ravens were saying, we don't want Maxx Crosby. We can get Hendrickson for nothing. Why are we going to give up 2 first-round picks? I think that's what happened. But, we'll see. Teams are going to be scared, Disappointed completed disclosure day. Steven Spielberg filled off. It felt like to me the government said, we're getting ready to do disclosure for real. We want you to come out with a movie, and we want you to promote some of these things. And he just came out with it. Like, it didn't feel like a Steven Spielberg movie at all. But I still think there's a lot to take out of it, like, that they're pushing. I do believe that. 500, exactly. It works out basically 2 first-rounders for Smith, and using your own first would only help. Yeah, that's true. Mark is saying how he loves Crosby and how the Cowboys would be a great fit for him. But if the Eagles get Crosby before the Cowboys do, Mark would like, Crosby sucks and he isn't good, such a joke. Yeah, Mark would say, the Eagles are risking going for older players with injury concerns. And we really dodged a bullet. No question about it. Coop was a late first-round pick. No, Cooper DeJean was a second-round pick. Which means that you don't have the extra year to basically have him. You don't get that 5th-year option. So we're going to have to get him signed next year. I'd inquire for Cleveland, Jared Verse over Crosby. Oh, well, yeah, I just don't think they would do it. I think that he was a main part of that trade, Matt, thank you for super chat. McMullen is a super clown. You don't like McMullen? I like McMullen. I don't agree with some of the takes, but I like them. But I'll tell you one thing I do agree with, and that is making a little bit of straddle here. Check this out. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app. It is the best place to win cash while watching sports. The app is really easy to use. Just pick more or less a few players in a lineup, then boom, you're ready to go. Or you can now use the team section and choose for different options for different teams to win cash. It's also available in almost all 50 states, including California, Florida, and Texas. And for me, I'm going to have a little fun with today's picks, right? Because as you guys know, the World Cup is going on. And of course, I got to go for USA. I don't know much about soccer. I'm not going to lie. To me, why kick a ball when you can pick it up and run with it? But I still got to go with the USA here. So I am taking the USA to win their cup match. That's coming up pretty soon. We're going to lock that in. We're going to win a little bit of straddle. And if you like that and you want to get in on the action, all you have to do is download the app in the description. Use promo code HMA, and your first $5 entry, you'll get $50 instantly in lineups. That's $5 entry to get $50 instantly in lineups. All you got to do is use promo code HMA, download the app that's in the description, and you'll be good to go. Shout out to Prize Picks. Shout out to Prize Picks. I know nothing about soccer, but I will go for the U.S. NFL is sick. Cooper fell to the Eagles all-pro slot corner safety laugh out as a rookie, and not talking about Q, no-fly zone. You know what I think happened to Cooper DeJean? I think two things. One, he was coming off an injury. The second was teams didn't know how to use him. They didn't know what he was. Is he an outside corner? Is he a slot corner? Is he a safety? There was a lot of question about what he is. I think the Eagles are using him right. They're using him as a slot corner. Now he's going to play more safety. Eventually, you'll see him play outside corner too. I think eventually, a couple years down the road, I think he's going to be a Swiss Army knife defensively. I think he's going to be a defensive weapon that you match up against the team's best tight ends, maybe a receiver, maybe a slot receiver. And depending upon who you're playing is going to depend where he's playing at. And I think that's the way you use him. I think, remember how Green Bay used Woodson? Even how the Eagles used Malcolm Jenkins towards the end of his career. I think that's what you do with him, Eagles don't want no divisional round flunking Lamar Jackson. Jalen Hurts better than Lamar Jackson. Go Birds. Yeah, I mean, why? First of all, if Lamar is so good and such an elite quarterback that the Eagles will go after him, why is Baltimore going to get rid of him? I don't get it. 3.7 billion in the first 100 hours, and now 300 billion in 3 months. What a dunce! What are we talking about? I don't know what we're talking about. I missed your super chat. Let me find it, Jerry. I apologize. Oh, you're right. I did. My bad, Jerry. I apologize, man. Thank you for the super chat. He says, I hope we get a long-term contract for Reek Woolen. Yeah, see, I think that's going to be hard. Because if you're Reek Woolen, you're going to play on that one-year deal. You're going to play it out, and you're going to go and hopefully earn a big contract as a starting corner. But if he's playing good, especially early on, I'm the Eagles. I go to him, and I try to get something done and try to keep him. I don't know that they will, but, who knows? But I think it'll be hard. Dumb teams, Coop could play everywhere in the DB. He's like Malcolm Jenkins. You could use him everywhere back. Exactly. I agree. I think that was what teams missed out on, dude, Baltimore needed to win finally. Hurts is their answer. So you think they want to trade? You think when they're talking about Lamar going to Philly that you're talking about sending Jalen to Baltimore? I don't know, man. I understand Lamar's a great quarterback. I think he is. From a talent perspective, there may be nobody better. Guy can run, throw, do it all. Won 2 MVPs, but I want a guy that wins in the playoffs. I do. Unlike Sills and stuff, I do think that matters. I think that there are guys that get in the playoffs and they get into big games and they play tight. They choke to the moment. They don't live up to the moment. I think it happens a lot with a lot of good quarterbacks. I'll tell you what, Peyton Manning, I think, is the perfect example. Peyton Manning should have won 3 or 4 Super Bowls, but he was never the same guy once the playoffs started because he thought he had to do too much and he held the ball a little tight and he missed a throw here, he missed a throw there. I think guys play up to the level of the moment, and some guys don't play up to it. Some guys play down to it. I'll take the guy that plays up to those moments over the guy that doesn't any day of the week. And I think that matters. I do. Crazy Hurts gets so much shit, but he never chokes in big moments. Crazy, all your 5,000-yard passes always fail when it counts. Just facts. Mahomes, who else hurt? No, it's true. Go look at like guys' statistics in the regular season. Then go look at those successful teams in the playoffs. You look at you look at quarterbacks, they throw 35, 40 times in a game during a regular season. They get to the playoffs and they're winning, they throw 25 times, 27 times. It comes way down because you've got to do everything else. You've got to run the ball, you got to control the clock, you got to do all those things in the playoffs when it matters the most. They actually play more like Jalen Hurts does all the time. Hurts, to me, plays playoff football every week. One day people are going to appreciate what Hurts was, but right now they're not. And if he wins one more Super Bowl, I don't think they can say much. Hell no, Jalen Hurts, I think you're right. I think he will. I think they're trying to tie this whole contract thing with him. Like, well, he didn't get an extension this year, so they must be out on him. But if you look at his cap number, it's $31 million for a quarterback this year. Like, what's the benefit of giving it to him this year? I don't know that there is any. All the discounts and stuff are already kind of like built into the contract. But next year, that's the year he gets it. It feels like to me, like they went from like, all right, we got A.J. Brown out of Philly. Now let's turn our sights on Jalen Hurts. That's what it feels like. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it feels like it. It shouldn't be a conversation, Philly. I don't know where they want it. Trade our quarterback. But we're in the training camp, and it's all crazy. Hurts is such a proven winner. I wouldn't trade him for anything. Me neither. I would just keep building around him. And then when they say, well, Hurts got a great team around him. Well, isn't that the point? Like, aren't teams in the NFL, aren't you supposed to build a good team around your quarterback? Isn't that the point? There's only two quarterbacks in the league that I think can make guys better. Okay? Like, I think Patrick Mahomes can make guys better. And I think Josh Allen, to some extent, can make guys better. I don't think anybody else can. I think everybody else needs guys around them. And so I don't know why that's held against Hurts. I don't know why it's held against Hurts, but not everybody else. Jeff Lee, what's going on, my man? Lamar and the Eagles would be legal with no sports betting involved. Lamar should have been to a few, so he should have been. He should have been. And the question is when Lamar gets to the playoffs with the Eagles, does he go out and play like Jalen Hurts? Or does he play like what we've seen in Baltimore? And I actually think that Lamar is not as big of a choker as some people think. Because to me, he won the game to Baltimore. The tight end dropped the ball. Like, those things kind of matter, But I also think the coaching's different with Lamar. Like, why do you run the ball with Derrick Henry all year, and then you get to the playoffs and you don't use Henry? It's like stupid. So I think Lamar still has an opportunity to win. Like Dak, I'm convinced is a choker. I'm convinced Dak is going to choke a playoff game away. Lamar, I think, has had some bad luck, but he's got to prove himself. We need to get that run game going. I think the Eagles will be hard to beat. Yeah, well, that's the key. The key is the offensive line, But it was crazy today. Sills was like, yeah, here's Hurts' numbers over the middle. 77% completion percentage and 123 quarterback rating. Well, you're telling me they could do it. Oh, well, it's not enough sample size. Then why are you using it against them? You can't use it against them. People always say, what if you give a guy Hurts' team? Now, what if Hurts was in Baltimore? You give him 5 years there, and he would win at least one Super Bowl. If not more, he'd make at least two. I agree. I'll even take it a step further. You put Hurts on one of those Cowboys teams that were a number 1 seed or number 2 seed, or the 4 straight years that they won 12 games. Hurts gets them to at least an NFC Championship game, maybe a Super Bowl. I believe that. I do believe that. Lori loves Hurts. He's not going nowhere. Yeah, that's what I'm banking on. Still waiting for the media to call the Rams a super team. It's crazy how Stafford is so great, but needs all the help, just like the first time Aaron Donald saved them. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, look, I think Stafford's a great quarterback, but I think Stafford's also at an age where he needs guys around him. I think most quarterbacks need guys around him. I think Mahomes is a proven guy that proves that he can make guys better, but I only think there's one or two guys that could do that, maybe just one. Laurie and Sirianni can get Lamar to not make mistakes. Maybe. Like I said, I still think with Lamar, I still think that he's capable of winning the big game. He hasn't done it, but I think he can. And I think that one game versus Baltimore loss where Andrews drops the game go ahead touchdown in the end zone. I think that proved it, but you also got to do it. They're trying to sabotage our greatness, but it's going to backfire on them. When they do replace them, we get purebred talent. I mean, it's true. I mean, they literally, who are they? Look at they go after. They go right after A.J. Brown, get rid of him. Now they go and they attack Jalen Hurts, and they're attacking Jalen Carter too. Like, they're trying to start controversy on why Carter doesn't have an extension. Like they're trying to make something of that. It's like they want to take all our foundational pieces and drive them out of here. My biggest fear, and I said this in my video, my biggest fear is that that Jalen Hurts gets sick of it and just wants out. That's what I worry about more than anything. There's no benefit. The cap goes up next year again. We paid Jordan Davis. Yeah, can pay Carter and Hurts next year if they want. Agreed. The name of the game is to find a franchise quarterback and build around him. They get mad when we did exactly that. Agreed. And yet, for some reason, Jalen Hurts is the only quarterback that it's held against him that he has talent around him. I mean, you don't see people saying, well, Dak needs two good wide receivers with Pickens and with CeeDee Lamb, or Stafford, Devontae Adams and Nakua. Like, how come it's okay for all those guys to have multiple weapons and they get credit, but Hurts, it's held against them? AJ's $50 million against the cap. Is he right now? NFL is sick of the Eagles the last 10 years, who've been the best franchise other than Kansas City. Yeah, and they don't want the Eagles to, because to me, I think the Eagles are on a trajectory to win a couple more Super Bowls. Like, I think they are, and I think there's people within the league. I'm sorry, I just feel this way that don't want that, and they try to break us up internally. The whole A.J. Brown trade stuff started when Vrabel got hired in New England. It was like, yeah, we're getting A.J. Brown next year. We're getting A.J. Brown next year. And yet A.J. Brown had never requested a trade until week 4 of last year. So it's just weird to me, Eagles' best team in the NFL. I think they're up there. Yeah, it was T.O. Yeah, I understand the T.O. thing. I understand T.O.'s perspective more than I understand A.J. Brown's perspective. Jalen has ice water in his veins. Don't worry about it. No, I agree. I think he does. I totally agree. Jackson has never proven anything. Regular season means nothing. He will never be a Jalen Hurts. The MVP needs to include the playoffs where winners prove themselves and losers prove themselves. I would like to see that, actually. Like, I would like to see you include playoffs as part of the MVP run. I really would. I think that would do a lot. Sills wants to put coaching blame on Hurts as well. Like, how is play calls Hurts' fault? Everything bad that happens is Hurts' fault, and that all good things happen because the guy around him. Yeah, well, he thinks, well, they don't do this, so therefore it's because they don't believe in Jalen. That's what he's assuming. But if you watch the way that they coached the offense last year, you could tell these were guys. I'm sorry, but Tulu didn't know what he was doing. Like I streamed games every week. People in my chat were calling out the plays, not just once in a while. It was every play before the snap. if they're calling out the plays, then you know the defensive coordinators know the plays. They were not good at X and O's. And I don't think they had the ability to go to Jalen and say, oh, look, Jalen's numbers over the middle. Let's go over the middle more. They wouldn't do it. All they told Jalen was, we're going to get a lead, and then when we get the lead, you're not going to turn the ball over. Even if you don't complete a pass in the second half. I truly believe that's what it is. I truly believe it. But yeah, they're blaming Jalen for coaching ineptitude. It's crazy. Mahomes has not been good with an aging Kelsey. Yeah, I mean, look, Mahomes has gone to 3 Super Bowls. Well, no, he's won 3 Super Bowls, right? He lost 2. He's been to 5 Super Bowls? And when he lost Tyreek Hill and some of those weapons, he still went to Super Bowls, even though his numbers went down because he didn't have the talent around him, and they still won. So I can't take anything away from Patrick Mahomes at all. I just can't. It's all right, Philly. No one likes us if we don't care. We don't care. Exactly. T.O. is a great as an Eagle. He just told the truth that McNabb was a choke artist. 150 years, 6 screws in his ankle. T.O. was a dog. He was. T.O. should have won MVP in that loss. He was that good. And you look, I like McNabb, but McNabb was a choker. Dak Prescott, it reminds me a lot of Donovan McNabb, to be honest. Except for McNabb wins a little more than him. Saquon, 2,000 yards combined, rushing and receiving. Book it. I hope you're right. Because now the new thing today on Sill's show is we're going to get rid of Saquon Barkley. So now we're going to get rid of Saquon. We're going to get rid of Jalen Carter. We're going to get rid of Jalen Hurts. We're just going to just get rid of everybody. Oh, man. Yeah, they did gut receivers. I really think Kansas City should have gone after A.J. Brown. I'd rather keep quarterback 1. Y'all tripping on stats. I've been watching this team since the 90s. Forget stats, want wins, rings, legacy. That's where I think the divide comes in for a lot of Eagle fans. Like, I think a lot of the older guys that watched Randall, that watched McNabb, that watched that, I think they look at Hurts and say, guys going out and winning. That's what people would say that these guys beforehand could not do. We're not getting rid of a winning quarterback. That's how I look at it, And then I think some of the young guys, they look at like fantasy numbers and big stats, and that's a bigger thing. Not everybody, but a lot. I was there with you most games, 500. Petula was an absolute shithead, and coaching completely killed us last year. Mannion has to be better. We'll see very soon. Hurts winning MVP this year. I hear you, Justin Douglas. I hear you. 1,000%. A significant meniscus tear and related bone cartilage stress is too risky. I completely see that perspective. I get it. It's risky, if that's the case. That's what they're going to have to determine. I've been following the Eagles since the 80s. We've never had it so good as we have it now. Quarterback won Super Bowl MVP. Agreed. When you guys remember, like those that remember Randall was like the ultimate weapon on Sports Illustrated. He's like the Michael Jordan of the NFL, but he doesn't win. And what does everybody always say? Oh yeah, Randall does all this stuff great, but what does he do in the playoffs? Fair enough. You couldn't argue with him. Troy Aikman, he goes and wins Super Bowls. That's what we would hear. Now it's reversed, and what do we hear? Oh no, that winning is not all that matters anymore. Mahomes is a supernatural proven winner. Yet our quarterback has beaten him 3 straight, including 2. Yep, breaking their long time winning streak. Super Bowl. Casey wasn't cancel. No, agreed. They didn't, and you. That's the other. Hurts beats the. If you look at Hurts' record versus good quarterbacks, it's ridiculous. I don't know. I love Hurts, and I can't wait. I long for the day that he gets the respect that he deserves, dude. And why would I want to trade him? McNabb, okay, he just loves, but like McNabb was like to me like Dak, like except for McNabb, he could win. he could win a playoff game or two. He just couldn't. He didn't do good in NFC Championship games, and he didn't do good in Super Bowl. And part of the problem was that they didn't give him enough weapons early enough. So I can't even put it all on McNabb. 500, Jalen Hurts can win a Super Bowl again, and also would say he's the most successful carried quarterback. Exactly, you're right. But at some point, that falls on deaf ears, and I think another Super Bowl it will. Damn, there's a Seals troll clown ass. It makes me think Chip Tim Kelly trash in the roster, right? It's crazy. Jalen Carter is going to go. Jalen Hurts going to go. A.J. Brown's going to go. Now Saquon Barkley's going to go. Why? Why are these people going? That because Carson Wentz has some talent, doesn't have it all between the ears, can lead you to the playoffs, but never made past it. Yeah, I see your point. A top 5 pick, Howie didn't trade Jalen Carter for Myles Garrett. Or are you talking about top 5 pick? Oh, you must be talking to somebody else. Josh Allen, one of the quarterbacks who gets stats but can't be clutch. Yeah, I think Josh Allen, this past playoff, this was his ride. He had Mahomes out of the way. This was his year to go in there and prove it. And he came up short. He's a guy that's got to prove himself. Now, I will say, though, I did witness Allen go toe for toe in one of the greatest playoff games I ever seen. Versus the Chiefs in Kansas City, and he gave that team a lead, and he came off the field in overtime, right? Was it? Or something to that effect? And him like Lamar, I think these guys, I still think they got a chance to get it done. No, Randall never had an O-line, but, that was the narrative was the Eagles can't win a playoff game. Remember, under Buddy, we lost 3 playoff. We lost to the Rams. We lost to the Bears, the Rams, and Washington, and we just could not win playoff games. Lemon said the playbook isn't easy to learn. That's a good sign. Mannion just needs to learn calling games. But we also hired the dude from the Bucs who called plays. We will be really good to watch. I agree. And I don't know why. This idea is they're going to go full West Coast and everything that Jalen does good, they're going to just get rid of. I don't see that at all. Lamar, I agree with you. I never know these things like that, like what the last brother said about the injury without watching your show, Brother 500. Your show is what gets me excited for. Thank you, man. I think it's going to be a fun season. I really do. This is going to be a very, very fun season. Come on, Philly. This is just sports writers spreading rumors, hoping something will bite the bird. Signed a few days ends and have a few own Hunt Smith. No, I get it. I think you're right. But I think what my concern becomes is that the player gets sick of it. What I get concerned is that Hurts gets sick of it and all the negativity and just I want out. I can't do this anymore. That's what I worry about because that's where I think it leads. I honestly, A.J. Brown, he heard for months and months and months about getting traded and stuff. Okay, he had the issues he had with Hurts or whatever that was. But they still won a Super Bowl. And he still signed a contract extension. They still won a Super Bowl. And then it was week 4 he asked for a trade. Well, how much did all the talk about the stuff going on in the media, how much did all the talk about him going to New England, how much did that influence him to the point where he asked for a trade? That's what I worry about. I don't care what they so much report. I care about it psychologically affecting the player down the road. Because I don't believe these players just ignore it. I believe they'll try to ignore things, but they'll read it. And eventually they get to the point they get sick of it. That's what I worry about. June is Mental Health Awareness Month. Is it? I didn't know that. And I think they should say, yeah. Defense will be fun to watch. Agreed. If Stowers learns to block a bit, 12-man personnel becomes more dangerous. And I think Mannion I think he wants to. I think he wants to use it. You know what I mean? What the hell are you guys doing? Crazy cats. Let me see here. My chat froze up. There it goes. It's finally moving. Quarterback one isn't like other people's mentality stable and focus on football and family. AJ left because of a scandal that actually happened. No, I get it. But didn't you think, like, okay, for instance, what about that article that came out on Bleeding Green Nation where it was saying that some people within the Hurts camp are starting to sound like, you know, they weren't happy about certain things that the Eagles didn't do or didn't say. Like when we start going down that route, I start wondering to myself, is this affecting the player? And that's what I worry about, you know? I don't think we need to worry about that 500. As far as I can tell, nothing can truly break Hurts. He is that general, and that every man will die on the hill. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I hope you're right. But, you know, that's why, you know, that. Let's say it's not Hurts. Let's say it's another player. Let's say it's reports on Carter, or, you know, next year they go after Cooper DeJean. Like I think at some point it just wears guys out. They could keep Maxx Crosby. He's going to bring good energy into the locker room. He's not going to. Okay, you don't think he is? Okay, I really like what he said about. I really like what he said, you know, last year when he was in Philly. AJ spoke up and they ignored him. Then the bullshit started. I respect the stuck to his guns to go out. No way New England is greener grass. No, I agree. It's not. It's not. And I was with AJ in speaking up, and I know why he did that. But man, just the stuff just wears you out. I mean, it wears me out. I get sick of it. I get sick of it. Every week, got to talk about Jalen Hurts and situation there. Every week it was AJ. Like, you just get sick of it. T. Patrick celebrates 71 months of membership. Don't care what we do, just get to the Super Bowl. Go Birds. Oh yeah, that's the main thing. Crosby can join Nick Bosa. Is that what you're worried about? I don't even care about that. Just if you can play and go out and play, just play. If we give Hurts the Foles treatment and trade him right after we won us a Super Bowl, I'm going to be pissed. I don't care about talent. Can you win it all or not? It's hard to find that. We've only had two guys in 100 years. It's very hard to find it. Very hard to find it. Just because you're talented doesn't mean you're capable of winning big games. Those are two different things. You know what I mean? Yeah, you guys aren't going to get me. You ain't baiting me into a political debate. I can tell you that. Crosby's knees will be cooked if he goes to the Niners, though. Could be. Niners now know your bad luck. Fighting. Can't wait to see this offense run the game. I know. I think it's going to be nasty, too. Because I think Barkley looks great. I mean, Barkley looks like he's 20 pounds lighter. I'm still not going against Crosby. I love his desire and he will win, not to mention his desire to be in Philadelphia, which is huge after watching the cancer of AJ. It's all about the injury. I really liked what he said about Philly. Like I want a guy like that, man. Like he would appreciate the moment, you know? If he's healthy, I'm all for it. You know? Yeah, like I said a month ago, AJ is gone. They'll target Carter. Yeah, and they are. I mean, Carter and Hurts is what we're hearing now, right? This is what happens when your team is great. Either they love it or hate you. They just Jalen to hate it. No, it's true. True. No political. What are your thoughts on Aliens 500? No, I won't do Aliens. I'll do Aliens. I do. Well, I think. I mean, look, they're holding stuff back for a long time. They're starting to release it. There's no doubt that they got Spielberg to come out of retirement to put that movie out to promote something. So we're getting ready to learn a lot. I got a stream coming up on Tinfoil Dingbats talking about that. It's going to be on was it Zoom or whatever? What is it? I forget. But I'm going to be doing something on that real soon. The Eagles always a great roster in my lifetime, and we just didn't have the quarterback who needed how to pick win game up the playoffs. Sometimes, sometimes I don't think they helped them, but I mean, Hurts is different. Hurts wins those big games. I'm with you, 500. I really think Crosby wasn't injured. The Bengals just wanted to be cheap. Yeah, I think the Ravens saw we could get Hendrickson for about the same price, except we don't have to give up 2 first-round picks. We don't want to do this trade with Crosby. That's what I think to happen. Oh, hell no. Godbox, what's going on? How are you? So anyways, guys, I'm going to have to end this. This is over an hour. I have to go back. I have to head back out. But I want to thank everybody for joining me today. This was a lot of fun. Another Battle Royale Wednesday. And we'll be back tomorrow with a video. And then Friday, I should either have a video or be live. I might do both. But look for that. Let me thank you guys again for joining me. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. But yeah, I got it's 3:40 my time, so I have to get out. I have to be back by 4. So I got to go. But with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much. Peace out, and I will talk to you later. See yous.
Come on, guys.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off! It's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott! Trying to feed the fantasy lamb! Trying to feed the sea lamb! You tried to feed the sea lamb! You got to give it to sea lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking it. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.